Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Clip. I'm the host of Clip. I'm supposed to be coming to you live right here in the Mount County area. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the fact that Katie apologized for the remarks he made towards Michael Rapaport. I'll tell you because he could face him that. I'll tell you guys about the fact that the Nuggets defeated the Clips 101 to 94. Next, tell you guys about the fact that Brooks Koepka got engaged and Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley were holding hands together at a cafe in Arkansas. By the way, just days after their engagement was made. After Aaron Rodgers announced his engagement towards Shailene Woodley, by the way, 11 to 89. A bald eagle destroys a seagull, by the way. MLB The Show arriving to Xbox Game Pass on April 20th, by the way. So, and a fighter an MMA guy loses a finger during an MMA fight, by the way. Catch a UFC Fight Pass. That's all there is you saw on that, everybody, on that note. So that is all. And Chloe Kim just felt afraid and helpless of Asian hate messages. That's not looking good there. Bill Self signed a long time offer. So that's looking as Kansas coach. That's all there is you know on that, everybody. All right, so that's all there is to you know on that. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna start things over with the fact that KD apologized for the remarks that he made, which had some foul language, towards Michael Rapaport, which had foul language, which had racial slurs, I guess, anti-gay slurs or racial slurs, and even misogynistic slurs. So clearly, okay, man, this is probably under some burner account. By the way, I can tell you that these are messages that were old, and the fact that that's out there, KD could indeed be facing repercussions at him, like a fine, suspension. Not only that, he could be released by the Nets, and not only that, the Nets and the NBA, they're investigating this whole thing. And honestly, it's safe to say that KD may be finally suspended. Now, if the Nets they decide to release him nor let him go because he hasn't played because of a hamstring injury, honestly, that's going to affect the Nets' chances of being back of being NBA of going to the playoffs. Now that goes to the Eastern Conference Finals and going to the NBA Finals and they're winning the NBA Finals at the same time because that's when your best guys there. And even though he apologized for the remarks that he made, it was under some burner account. And now they're shown that now it's gone public. Well, honestly, it's just, the fact they threatened him, made threats towards Michael Rapaport. The fact that talk about him and his parents, his girlfriend, by the way, or his wife, I guess. The fact that he that the fact that he decided he made some foul language, and honestly, something's got to be said there. I think that KD could be fine, suspended and released from by the Nets. If they do so, that's it for him. And honestly, it was really not looking good there because unfortunately, this is a really bad look for KD. And he did apologize for the remarks that he made towards Michael Rapaport. And now that it's surfaced, oh my goodness, KD's in a lot more trouble for sure. I'll tell you that. But he hasn't played since February because of a hamstring injury. And honestly, I think that's safe to say that KD can learn a thing or two. He's learned from his mistakes, and I think that he thinks he should never attend national television nor social media. But I think it's safe to say that KD has to be very careful. And honestly, it's going to cost him his career, those legacy. I can tell you that much. And apparently, needs to say that KD. I don't know what KD's going to play yet again. He may be playing tonight or tomorrow night or next week. So that's all there is to on that. So KD did apologize for the remarks they made towards Michael Rapaport. And the NBA is investigating and it could be facing a fine suspension from that. Those are the repercussions they could face right there, guys. Also, got some others I want to get into. I want to tell you about the fact that the Nuggets beat the Clips 101-94, where Jamal Murray scored 23 points and 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Michael Porter Jr. scored 20 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and two blocks. NIkola Jokic had 14 points, 7 rebounds, and assists, 1 block. Aaron Gordon scored 14 points, 6 rebounds, and assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Will Barton scored 19 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Bloody Killer Kawhi Leonard scored 24 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. PG scored 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And Terance Mann scored 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in that game. Let's be honest here. Nuggets, they eliminated the Clips last season playoffs in the semifinal of the West Coast semifinals. And honestly, the Nuggets right now, they're looking pretty good. And to be honest, they're one of the legitimate threats to deal with. I'll tell you that though. So this is saying that Clips, I don't know what happened there, but they gotta get together. Nuggets, if they're for this time, they're looking pretty good. And the fact they faced up against the Lakers in the West Coast Finals says a lot right there. I'll tell you that. So clearly, it's obvious that the Nuggets right now are going to be the contenders to the Western Conference Finals. And not only that, I mean, they could, however, repeat history yet again, taking on the Lakers yet again. So Nuggets, they're going to be a team they're going to be Lakers are the team to beat. I can tell you that, but Nuggets, they're the team to watch out for because they're looking pretty good right now. I'll tell you that. Clips right now, they got to get together because I don't know what's going to happen there, but somebody's got to step it up. Kawhi Leonard and PG. That's all I got to say on that, everybody. So hopefully that was a playoff rematch. I'll tell you that. Nuggets beat them yet again, much like than the playoffs last season. So that's all I got to say on that, everybody. Also, Nets defeating the Hornets 111-89, where Jeff Green scored 21 points and 8 rebounds, 2 assists and steals. Kyrie Irving scored 15 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Lamarcus Aldridge, who debuted with the Nets last night, he had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Bruce Brown scored 14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block. Gordon Hayward scored 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Devontae Grant scored 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block. Scary Terry Rozier scored 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And that's all I got to say on that. Nets right now, they're for real. They're for real, guys. I mean, yes, they have Kyrie. I mean, the Nets right now, they're like an absolute. They're looking like a super team right now. I said this yesterday. The Nets are absolute super team, or I should say, one of the super teams for sure. They're the team that can't be messed with. I'll tell you that. But if they end up losing if they end up losing Durantula because of a remarks that he made to Michael Rapaport, that won't look good there. That could affect the Nets' chances of going to the NBA Finals, and not only that, cost them the chance to be NBA champs. For sure, I'll tell you that. That would be a big loss there. I mean, they already got Kyrie Irving, they got James Harden, they got Blake Griffin, now they got Lamarcus Aldridge in the lineup. But Durant, not looking good there for him. Not looking good there. But I think the Nets, they still got it, though. I'll tell you that. And I think that they won't disappoint. I'll tell you that much. So that's all I can say on that, everybody. Just so regardless of that, what people say about it. So that's all I can say for that. Also, some other news here. Brooks Koepka and Jena Sims, they got engaged. Congrats to them on their engagement showcase. Congrats on that. And even though Brooks Koepka lost the bet, though, because to Jena Sims, the fact that he had to wax his backside, and honestly, that did not look good. That did not look good. I'll tell you that. But they did get engaged. Congrats to them. They had some nice kicks though on the man as well. So that's just I don't know what the wedding date is. That's gonna be a question though. So who knows what that's gonna be? That's all I can say on that. Also, guys, in other news, Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley, they were holding their hands together at Hot Springs, Arkansas, at the historic Best Breakfast Cafe, and it was amazing. You gotta check it out, guys. And it's a must see, must watch, guys. This is when Aaron Rodgers, just days after Aaron Rodgers announced his engagement towards Shailene Woodley, and that's all I can say on that. So that's the best news yet there. They were sitting together in Mexico, by the way, leaving Mexico, and they're in Hot Springs. They were in Hot Springs, Arkansas, 2 days ago. And they were in there holding hands, and they were with a couple of friends and colleagues, though. So that's all there is. You need to know on that, everybody. On that note, so I know where they're gonna get married, though. So of course it's gonna remain. So who knows? So that's all there is for that. And that's a big question. A lot of people are gonna ask, when are they gonna get married? And is Aaron Rodgers, by the way, gonna retire? Gonna be in Drew Brees when he decides to retire? Let me know in the comment section about that. He's got 3 years left on his contract. I'll tell you that though. So Aaron Rodgers, he may or may not win in the Super Bowl, but it's a question people are gonna ask. Can Aaron Rodgers get the job done? Can Aaron Rodgers consider retiring it, or making his last season with the Packers? I don't mean him getting traded. I mean him having to retire. So that's all I can say on that, everybody. That's all there is you need to know on that. So that could come into play before the season even starts. I'll tell you that. Also, guys, other news: the MLB The Show is going to be right on Xbox Game Pass, April 20th to 2021. That's all you need to know on that. Also, guys, maybe you guys have probably seen this just earlier today, moments ago. Y2J Chris Jericho arrives to the Broken Skull Sessions podcast with the Texas Rattlesnake, Austin 316, Stone Cold Steve Austin on April 11th. Broken Skull Sessions podcast, which you catch live on WWE Network and on Peacock TV. It's a big deal, guys. Now, even though Chris Jericho is a former WWE superstar, we all know that he's currently with AEW with the Inner Circle. I can tell you that, but this is a really big deal. I'll tell you that. So, honestly, I don't know what to think about this, and I'm honestly not sure who the next guest is going to be. I know it's Chris Jericho for now. So, my goodness, Chris Jericho, an AEW star, appearing on the Broken Skull Sessions podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Texas Rattlesnake, Austin 316 on the Broken Skull Sessions podcast. That's a big deal, guys. And I mean, they only do WWE superstars, but former WWE superstars that are now AEW stars, something's got to be said there. And honestly, I'm not sure people are going to react to this, but it's really big and best news yet there. I'll tell you that. So Chris Jericho, watching Chris Jericho, will be on the Broken Skull Sessions podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin, April 11th. You can catch it live on the WWE Network and on Peacock TV. Guys, check that out. And that's all there is you need to know on that. So that's probably the message out there. I'll tell you that much. Also, guys, other news that Bill Self is signed to a lifetime offer. By the way, as Kansas college basketball coach. Congrats to him on that. And that's best news yet there. That's all there is you to know on that, everybody. Also, guys, other news that Chloe Kim feels afraid and helpless because of Asian hate messages she received. She got a third. She did win a gold medal 13, by the way, at the Olympics. Snowboarding, by the way, and honestly, that's not looking good there because this stems from an accident happened in ATL, spa parlors in ATL. So Asians, it's plain disrespect. So honestly, this is really not looking good for that, and how it's going to affect their career. Everyone's here. Hey, look, Chloe Kim, everyone's here for you. I'm here for you, and you feel like you're being tossed around. That's all there is for that. And clearly, that's all there is. That's all I got to say on that, though. So Chloe Kim, she did have medical health issues, and really not looking good. Hopefully, she gets the help that she needs and tries to avoid all the hater. That's all I got to say on that, everybody. So that's all there's you to on that. Everybody, so that's all there is to it. You just know that. Also, guys, Katag Pliev lost a finger. That had to be he lost his finger. That had to be surgically reattached after it got severed last night during a second round of the Cage Fury Fighting Championship or CFFC and on the UFC Fight Pass. The match was stopped. He tore 50% of the of the tendon on the finger and needs another procedure. Pliev's opponent, Devin Goodale, won by TKO. The match was stopped, by the way. Can't tell you that, but honestly, those praise out to him. Also, members, his fans, viewers, subscribers of that this horrific experience. Also, honestly, that's disgusting. It's big, brutal. I'll tell you that. So, that's all I can say on that. So it was found, by the way. He had to be reattached. He had to go for another speech. Don't praise out to him on that. So that's just sickening. I'll tell you that. Really sickening. I'll tell you that, though. Also, got some other news that a bald eagle hunting down a seagull at Point Grey Golf and Country Club in Vancouver. So, my goodness, that was ugly. I'll tell you that. Real ugly there. I'll tell you that much. So that's all there's for that. And all it's doing. You doing that, everybody. Also, guys, you'll see Arizona versus UConn, Page Buckets, and Stanford, South Carolina tonight, guys, for the Final Four. Be sure to check that out, guys. No, that's all there's. He's doing that for the women's Final Four, and that's all there's to that. And also tomorrow night, you will see Gonzaga take on the men's side. You will see Gonzaga still undefeated take on who are 30-0 now. They can walk out as the undefeated Final Four champs. Gonzaga takes on UCLA, and you will see Baylor take on Houston. That's tomorrow night as well. So that's all there is you need to know, everybody. So message out there. That's like I say. Nothing more to it than everybody. Also, guys, some Ariel Young, who was injured during the car accident that Brett Reed got into. She is still improving on and not yet released from the hospital. By the way, I tell you that. That's raised out to her and her family members and her fans of the horrific accident that occurred to her. That should not happen to anyone else. I can tell you that should not happen to anyone else. I can tell you that. But it's really awful news there. So keep her in your prayers, everybody. So really awful news there. And that's all I can say on that. So that's all there is to it. Also, guys, MLB is going to be moving the 2021 All-Star Game out of Atlanta. So really, nothing. Really, I'm not sure that's it may be because of COVID issues. That's all there is I can say on that. So number 2, someone's getting this MLB All-Star Game moves out of Atlanta, and that's all I can say on that, guys. That's all there is you need to know. And yeah, does say a lot. So that's all there's to you to know on that, but that's all there's you to know. Just for now on that. Also, guys, others, I want to wish happy birthdays out to for belated birthday to Saray. Happy birthdays to Chai, Shangua, Soul Calibur 6, Fumo Kataru, of World Heroes, Aggressive Dark Combat and Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, Rosa from Kizuna Encounter, Christopher Mullen from Law and Order, and you did see the crossover episode of Law and Order. Christopher Maloney back though, I'll tell you that. That was you saw that last night though on NBC. Clark Craig, Cuervo, who guys explained dude because of an incident that ensued, and he still probably hasn't had the rest one yet, but him and us Sawiti, they're already separated. I'll tell you that. They both made their confessions. They broke their silence though, and that's all I can say on that. So hopefully things turn out well. That's all there's need to know on that. Also to Brad Brothers, to Young Jock, Mike Fassbender, Patty Mollett, Bethany Joy Lenz, Spicy P. Pascal Siakam, Tiara Hodge, Rosalind Sanchez, Braden Galloway, Tracy Braxton, Christina Masterson, Roscoe Dash, Ashley Louise, James, late great Rodney King, Kara Santana, late great Marvin Gaye, Lauren Bolin, Layla Milani, Sia Barbie, Kenya Bell, Amy Castle, Lindy Booth, Dion Richmond, Chantal, Monique, Blaze Blues, Makoto, Scorpio Sky, Jack Evans, Elise, Loren, Jenna Bentley, David Fair, and Mike Johnson. So send me birthday wishes, brother. Shut up with the speech about people should do some everybody. That's all there is you to that. And that will say it all right there. So send your brother wishes out there, everybody. That's all there is you gotta do for now. So that's all you doing that, everybody. So that's all I can say. Well, as you know, do right there for the Cleveland Sports Board. Please be sure to subscribe to the Cleveland Sports Board YouTube channel on Facebook by any and all means necessary. Be sure you send me a comment section, your thoughts on Katie. Apologize for the remarks that he made towards Michael Rapaport and even though he may face a fine suspension, I can tell you that. And really not looking good there. There's foul language and misogynistic slurs, anti-gay slurs that he used. What do you thought about that word? Because then he could face him and let him know a fine suspension or released from the Nets, which would be really big loss there. Tell you about that. What about Chloe Kim saying that she feels afraid and helpless because of Asian hate messages she gets? Let me know in the comments about that. I will definitely just about sure as well on that. She'll support to her, everybody. He doesn't build signing a lifetime offer, by the way, as Kansas coach. And he may have had some low five violations, NCAA violations. So that's all there is. With us on air, bunch of Shailene Woodley holding hands at Hot Springs, Arkansas. at the historic Best Breakfast Cafe. What are your thoughts about that? Where are they getting married, by the way? That's the question people ask. What are your thoughts about that? Cigarettes to Brooks Koepka and Jena Sims, they got engaged. So you go to them, everybody on that. People should do so. And that's all there is for that. Also, what are your thoughts on the Nuggets between the Clips in the Wisconsin semifinals rematch? That's about that. 101-94. That's about that, Brad. Let me know when it comes to down below. I'll just sure. The Nuggets for real this time. Let me know about that. They're just not sure, Brad. That's all these deals on that. It was next to me. The West 111-89. You think the Nets are so soon to them when it comes to about that? I'll definitely just not sure, Brad. That's all there's on that. Your thoughts on the MLB moving a 2020 All-Star game out of Atlanta? Well, that's about that. I'll definitely just want to share, buddy. And that's all there is to on that. Your thoughts on Bald Eagle hiding an inning down at Seagull at the Point Great Golf and Country Club in Vancouver? That's about that. But no, the comes now definitely just want to share, buddy. That's all there's to on that. Wilson Katang Playa losing a finger that has to be surgically reattached, by the way. And he's going to go through this procedure. So that's points out to him. And really awful news there. That's all there's for that. Wait, that's on Y2J Chris Jericho, who's currently named W Star, being on the Broken and also former WWE Superstar, appearing on the Broken Skull Sessions podcast with the Texas Wrestling All 316, Stone Cold Steve Austin on April 11th, live on the WWE Network. What thoughts about that, everybody? Let me know in the comment section. And this is a big deal. And I can say that you think there's everybody let me know in the comment section about that. I'll definitely just about sure. That's all I can say on that, everybody. So to give you some on that. Same brother wishes out to Sean Guam of Soul Calibur 6, Fuma Katara of World Heroes, Aggressive Dark Combat, and Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. Rosa from Kazuna Encounter, Christopher Maloney, who came back for the crossover with of Law and Order. Christopher Maloney, Clark Gray, Cuevos got some explaining to do because that incident that ensued in the elevator. Young Junk, senior brother wishes out to Mike Fassbender, Spicy Pascal Siakam, Bethany Joy Lenz, Patty Millette, Scorpio Sky, Jack Evans, David Farrer, Jenna Bentley, Elise Loren, Mike Johnson, Chantel Monique, Lindy Booth, Dion Richmond, Kenya Bell, Amy Castle, Kara Santana, Lauren Bullen, and Blaze Blues, Makoto. Be sure to do so on everybody. That's all there is to know on that, and that's the best you get there. So be sure to see your brother. Wish your best, brother. Sweet your best. Do so on that. So that's right out to Ariel Young. She's still hospitalized. Stemming from that. She's still improving, by the way. Stemming from that car accident that Burt Rig got himself into. That's about that. I'll definitely just my shirt. That's all there's to on that, everybody. And big questions, guys. Right. That's all there's to know on that, everybody. That's all there's to know. I'll bet my breaking news, times level, thanks so much to the whole lot more than clothes, sports, with everything sports related, everything there is you need to know. So, everybody, take care, everybody. You guys have a good evening. Please be safe with it. Bye bye. Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit about Kevin Durant. Obviously, made some comments.